plus 1. Thank you.
Okay, so now group 3. Lindsay?
Sorry.
So please take away.
Okay. See how many you need to take away from pi 3 to make a fraction equivalent to the other 2 pi's. Six. Can you please write the fraction on the board?
Good.
Great, thank you. Now can somebody tell us what kind of similarities or differences they see with these 3 fractions?
They're all equal to 1/2.
They're all equal to 1/2. So how would I make this a half?
Divide the numerator and denominator by 2.
So if I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So 2 goes into 2,
Once,
and 2 goes into 4.
twice.
And the same here?
You could start with 2, but
What would you like me to start with?
4.
So if I'm going to divide both by 4, so what would my answer be?
1/2.
And here?
Divide by 6.
And what's my answer?
1/2.
So does anyone see any other kind of patterns with this too? Dina?
I think you're finding the greatest common factor between the 2 numbers and dividing each number by it.
That's right. And that also gives us the equivalent fraction of 2/4, 4/8, and 6/12.
So now can we have somebody from group 1 come up and take 2 more slices away? I'm just writing it. You're going to take away, one more slice. And just write the fraction underneath the 2/4 of how much was taken away. Well, how much was taken away? 1/2 was what you had before you took the slice away.
Oh,
So you look at how many, yeah. How many slices are missing?
Now?
Correct. 3/4. Group 2? Latoya, would you like to come up?
What am I doing?
You are going to be taking away 2 more additional slices.
So what fraction are you left with now? Good. Okay, group 3. Joe? Taking away 2 slices.
Joe, you're actually taking away 3 slices. So Joe, can you please go up to the board and write down how much was taken out of the pie, how much your group has eaten so far?
Altogether, like 3 more slices. So 3.
We have any more markers?
Okay, can somebody please tell us once again what we did for the first part? What are the similarities or differences you see among these fractions?
They'll reduce to 3/4.
They can all be reduced to 3/4, correct? Next, we're going to try our last bit. So we're gonna need one more volunteer from each group. So group 1, can somebody please come up and take one more slice away from the pie?
Good. And also
Write down the fraction
That's
of
left.
how much has been taken away.
What is it?
4/4, correct. Group 2? Can you please take away 2 additional slices? Very good job.
No. Okay.
And last but not least, group 3, can you guys please come and take 3 slices from our pizza pie? Very nice. You guys must have been hungry class today. Okay.
What was it, 4/4 and then
8/8.
8/8 and then
And 12/12.
Can somebody tell me what kind of similarities they see among these fractions? Correct, Lindsay. The numerator is the same as the denominator. Anything else? They all equal 1 whole.
Good.
So 4/4 is equal to 1/1 then? Thank you, 1. And same with, what about 8/8? And 12/12? 2?
So after taking a look at all the fractions that we have just created, you can see that they all have an equivalent to them.
So we can say now that 4/4, 8/8, and 12/12 are all what type of fractions? Equivalent. We can also say that 2/4, 4/8, and 6/12 are?
Equivalent.
And 3/4, 6/8, and 9/12.
Equivalent.
Excellent. Assessment. Students' assessment, as we just did, students' assessment will be based on participation, understanding of fractions and equivalent fractions through questioning strategies performed by the teacher and development of examples. In your own words, what is an equivalent fraction? In your own words, what is an equivalent fraction?
How the same part of the whole could be expressed in different ways.
Right. Anyone else?
2 fractions that mean the same thing, meaning they have the same value.
Right. Now what we'd like everyone to do, if in a classroom, not right now, but in a class we would have them write down their own equivalent fractions and then share them with their partners. In this sense, they could try to figure out different numbers other than just the ones we used here, which was the pies that had 4 slices, or the 4, 8, and 12. So we'd have them express more values in larger numbers.
And also when you work with a partner, you can learn more from that other person. So to summarize, we learned today that a number system is a set of symbols that are used to identify the quantity of something and used for the basis of counting. 2 fractions are equivalent if they are representations for the same amount or quantity, and they're also a way of describing the same amount. And children develop an understanding of equivalent fractions when they learn how to share parts fairly. And by doing this, they make connections and relationships among numbers.
Does anyone have any questions?